Hi everybody, and welcome back to Borderlines. Now, I've been asked to look into a story. It's not a story that I really seen much about in the media, and it's in regards to India. So obviously, as we are an immigration channel, obviously this is about immigration. Okay, and a lot of people seem to think that us in the UK have it pretty bad with the amount of illegal immigration. Now, I was actually surprised when I started looking into this about the numbers that India are having problems with at the moment. So, as most people are aware, India, to the north of our borders, they have Pakistan, who obviously they don't get on at all well with, but we're not going to be talking about Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Now, for those that don't know, Bangladesh borders India by some 4,096 kilometres. And for those that don't know what the difference, how far 4,096 kilometres is, I will give you a quick conversion so you actually know what kind. Jesus Christ, it's a long way. It's just over 2,500 miles. So they've got 2,500 miles of border to monitor. India have, and the problem India have got at the moment, and they're basically, in a nutshell, in a way, they're blaming the British, because they're complaining that since India took control of their own affairs back in 1947, and the Great Britain left and let them free to live their own lives. But waves and waves of Bangladeshis have come to India, and they have a problem with illegal migration, okay, as in refugees, and then economic migrants. Now, the problem is, and this is the problem where when you have illegal migration, you never truly know what the figures are. And this is the same for India, because you're talking about 4,000 kilometres of border. So you're never going to know how many are coming in. That's the reality of it. It's no different to when we were at war in Afghanistan and people were saying people from Pakistan were just crossing the border to get into Afghanistan to support the Taliban. I'm not saying that's true or not, but that was the allegation at the time. And I got myself in a lot of trouble for making that statement as well. At the time, I almost lost a job over it. And I got accused of racism. There's no racist remark, but that was the allegation at the time. Now, this is the same problem at the moment. So it's believed, and this is only believed because the figures vary massively. So it's believed at the moment in India that 15 million Bangladeshis illegally living in India. Think about that. And when we're complaining about, I think it was about 600 people travelling across the English Channel for the whole of last week. That's all that came into the UK last week. I'm just double checking the figure, because last time I checked, it was just over 600, and that only happened on one Pacific day that anybody actually got into the UK. So that's weekend in the 8th of December. Okay, right. So for the week, so for Friday, which was the 13th, it was 298. So if I quickly add it up, so for the whole of last week, plus 298 plus 609, we had 1,067 people cross the channel and land on our shores. They got 15 million of them. You know, so the fundamental thing is there anything that they can really do as a country? No, not really. It would be a massive task for India to tackle it. So what can they really do? They could arguably try and man their borders a bit better. They could maybe help, you know, considering India is a very wealthy country, a lot of people in the country may not be wealthy, but the country has extreme wealth, a lot more wealth than the UK has. They could maybe help support Bangladesh to try and help raise their living standards so they're not going to just keep on coming across the border. Maybe they could do that. Other than that, there's not a lot else they can really do. So let us know your thoughts on it, what you think that they could do. You know, maybe you come from Bangladesh or you come from India. You know, let us know what your thoughts are on it. But for now, thanks for listening, and we'll speak to you again a bit later.